Back to the program. We continue with the day's conversation. Being Thursday, it is Entertainment Thursday, and it is time for our next interview. So today, as we are talking about gospel music, we just want to better understand the difference between what we call the modern day gospel and what we call the old day kind of gospel. On set, I'm joined by Simiyu, who is a gospel musician. Masi, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
Very fine.
Easy, relaxed?
Yeah, very much relaxed.
And fine altogether?
Of course.
All right, just before we get to that conversation about understanding the old and the new, because there's a lot of conversation when it comes to trying to understand gospel music in this country. I want to start from your journey as a person, given the fact that you grew up with two parents who were both teachers. How was that growing up?
Growing up with parents who are teachers is... It's actually, you know, there are teachers at school, and there are teachers at home. So anytime you can be told, you know, lie down, they're just teachers. You know, teachers are teachers.
Even in the house?
Even in the house, they're just teachers.
You kama shule sasa?
Yeah, ni kama shule tu. So teachers are naturally strict, and like they're just strict. They discipline you at school, they discipline you at home, and so I thank God for my parents. At first, it was, you know, we took it as it looked like a small jail, but today we thank God.
It's interesting how you describe your upbringing and growing up in that home setup, that like a small jail.
Yes.
Also, I watched another online interview, and you were saying that your dad was polygamous. So how did that shape, you know, you as a person?
Well, my dad, in fact, my dad, not just polygamous, he was very polygamous.
Very.
Yes. Because he had more than one wife, actually more than two. So it wasn't easy at that point, because, you know, when in any setup of polygamy, there's a lot of competition. The kids are so many. And many a times, you know, when you marry more than one wife and it's more than your capability of taking care of them, it means some of them must suffer. And so it wasn't easy. Really, for me to get education, it's because I just loved education. But at some point, you know, you can even drop out if you're not careful. Yeah, it was not easy.
It was not easy.
Yes.
But at least here you are.
Yes, I thank God.
Okay. Now, also again, moving from a cleaner to doing music.
Yes.
Explain to us. How did you get to a point where you are a cleaner, and how was it for you transitioning, or just choosing to say that actually, by the way, I'll move away from this job and this is what I want to pursue?
Well, I went to college after Form 4 and I did tourism management. So after college, now, you know, you come out of college and you're looking for a job, and my experience of looking for a job, I applied to be a cashier, but I was placed as a cleaner. So
that's actually how you ended up as a cleaner.
Yes. I applied in Nando's. It's called Nando's. You know, Nando's Insco company.
Yeah.
So when we were taken in for interviews, I was taken in as a cashier. Even during the training, the induction, all that time, I was trained as a cashier. But now when it reached the time of placement, I was placed as a cleaner. So that is how I found myself as a cleaner, and because I seriously needed a job to, you know, to start life in Nairobi. I had already come to Nairobi. I couldn't go back home. Life at home was not even good. So I had to, you know, find out what to do anyway. So that is how now I decided, okay, let me just do this. Then I stayed there for a number of months, almost 7 months. After 7 months, I got a promotion. I stayed there, I think, for another 7 months plus 3 months, that's 1 year. Then that is when I got my, what I did, I studied in college, that is tourism. And then I went to work in a tour company. Yes, so coming to sing, I started singing in college. I did not start singing as a young person. I realized I could sing.
You know, those who say, you know, I discovered at the age of 4, at class 5, class 6, that this is my thing, so I began.
Actually, mine I normally say, I normally say God just gave me, because I didn't know I could sing. I didn't come from a background where you could discover, you know, I grew up with teachers. These people, they don't really have anything to do with music. You know, it's education, and you have to be an engineer or a doctor. Yes. Yeah. So I didn't know I could sing. I didn't know at all. Even when we went to church, well, everybody sings. Everybody sings. So you can't say I started singing. Everybody sings. When we go for singing games, we just sing. But I didn't know singing was in me. So at in college level, I got born again. So when I joined CU, that's when people could tell me, you have a nice voice. And I'm like, me? You guys are serious? Me? I have a nice voice. So that is when I discovered.
This was in college?
Yes, this was in college. That is when I discovered, you know, I can sing. And as I went on singing in the church, in the CUs, the setup, I started now composing songs. And that is how now I started singing. Even when I was doing cleaning job, I was still singing. But now, active ministry, that is production, I started doing in 2011. 2011? Yes. So now 2021, like 10 years? 10 years, yes. Which is a very long time to be in the gospel. Very true.
Now, how has it been like for you? How would you describe the journey? Because again, for most artists, it's never easy. There's always the issue of finances. Sometimes someone would lack a mentor. Sometimes someone just does not even have a sense of direction. They don't even know which area of music they want to concentrate on in as much as it's gospel. So for you, how has it been like 10 years in this space?
Well, let me say when I started singing, and that is 2011, of course it wasn't easy. I didn't even know where to find a studio to record. I didn't find anyone to guide me, but I was so passionate about it. So one time I met a certain guy, and he is called Henry. So Henry told me, let me show you a producer. That's when I went. I recorded my first song. Though the journey has not been easy, because I did my first album in 2011, 2012. I did a video, I think. And then I started traveling again. Then 2013, I gave birth to a baby with disability. So I took a very long break. In fact, now from 2013, 2014, 2015, I was not singing. I was just home. I started singing again in 2016. Which is 2016, 2017, so from then now I've been doing
So
it.
you took like a significant break because of, you know, having that child who had the disability, and you had to take care of it.
Yeah, I had to take care of my son.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Now, let's look at this from this perspective. When you talk about modern day gospel, and the old kind of gospel, there's so many notions, just as I was saying earlier on. Like there's that part of people would feel like those that are releasing music, especially as of now, hakuna sense of direction. They're not burying themselves in the word. They just want to release content to be famous and to be known. It's all for the entertainment bit of it, which is quite unlike what we would want to imagine gospel industry and gospel music to be like. So I'd love to pick your mind in regards to that. What is your perspective on all that?
Now, when it comes to gospel music, it depends with the reason why you're doing it in the first place.
So that is the first thing one needs to be considering.
Yes. Before you get into the music industry, or rather gospel, even secular, you ask yourself this question: why am I going to sing? Why am I going to sing gospel music? Why am I going to sing secular music? That is the first number one question. Because some people will do it for fame. Some people will do it because of business, and some people will do it because they want to impact lives, and because it is a ministry. So that is what will determine which direction you're going.